Okay everybody, so I wanted to make a quick video to show you a new strategy that I came up with just by doing numbers, and I thought it was something unique, something that I've never been taught by watching YouTube, and I think this is a good strategy for my good friend Steve, who I've been trying to teach how to trade on here, and he's had really good success over the last month. So I think it's good to try to kind of like visualize this strategy, because it literally just kind of came to me by doing numbers in my head. What everybody talks about when we're trading on cryptocurrency is about how to not lose money by stop losses or by take profits. And I think those are all great strategies. Don't get me wrong. I think you can definitely make a lot of money. But I also noticed when you have a stop loss, you realize that the market is going to continue to go up, at least for the short term. And we can determine that by bias. If you watch another one of my videos on how I analyze the Bitcoin, you can figure out how to figure out the bias, but it's basically a top-down analysis where you look at the weekly, the daily, and the 4-hour to determine which way the trend is going. Remember, the trend is your friend until it's not. So here's the strategy. Basically, let me just put on my screen so you can see exactly how we do it. All right, so here is kind of the strategy of the idea behind it. Okay, so we all know that if the bias is heading up or the trend is heading up, we can look at this Solana, for instance, and kind of get an idea that the trend is up. Scroll out a little bit. The trend is definitely up on the weekly, okay? And here you can see on the daily, the trend is up. And then on the 4-hour, wow, look at that. You can see also the trend is up, and boy, is this just flying up. So am I going to get into a position right here? For me, no. And the reason being is because I like to buy when everybody is fearful. Okay, so I like these little pullbacks here. So how does the strategy work really? Well, basically it's like I did last night. I was buying when everybody was fearful and everything was just dumping to the downside. So as things were dumping to the downside, I came up with this strategy where what we could do is buy in at a certain price, not knowing if it's going to go up or go down, because I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell the future, and I don't know if you can. I don't really think there's anyone that can. However, using just simple math, what I was able to do was figure out that if we were to go in, and let's say we wanted to buy to Solana, and we're going to go to market, and we're just going to go ahead and put in %1 of the trade. So we're buying 25 Solana, but we're buying it long. Now, by doing that, what we can tell is our liquidation price. So what we know is that if Solana tanks down to $175 and 0.004 cents, then that means that we're going to get liquidated on this whole $498 that we put in. So how do we avoid, without taking a stop loss or doing any of that, how do we avoid getting liquidated, knowing that the price will eventually go back up and maybe even blow through the top? Here's how we do it. After we put in the trade for $498, we want to figure out what is our liquidation price, and you can tell that right here. Our liquidation price is $175,000. So all I do is go back up to our limit and say at $176,000, I would like to double. So we'll go to 2%. I would like to double my position, okay? Now, that means we now have an order to buy at $176,000, so that prevents us from getting liquidated. And it also increases the amount of money that we have in the market, so that when it does go back up, you're going to get a bigger percentage of return. All right, so that's the basic strategy. I think it's kind of like a ladder down strategy where you're always making sure that you always have, instead of a stop loss, you have another buy position. That way you can dollar cost average into the trade. And just to show you guys some proof of this, unfortunately it didn't play out like I wanted it to last night. I really wanted it to go down a little bit more today, but that didn't happen. So I didn't make as much gains as I would like to have, but the amount of gains that I did make were pretty good. We'll start here. We got 17% on Dogecoin, 49% on Ondo, 52% on the Saycoin, 73% on Bitcoin, and 99% on, I don't even want to say the coin's name. Okay, so literally this is almost 100% gain in the entry price I came in at was 85 cents. I had it laddered down to, I think it was like 78 cents was the liquidation price, and so I was expecting it to go down to at least the 78%. That way I could double my position, but I still made pretty decent gains for, you know, for being overnight, and another 103% here. So as you can see, this strategy is more for somebody who's a little bit newer in the market and kind of testing the waters and then just running with the numbers. Okay, another thing that I like to do when I'm looking for my entry, which is exactly how I found my entry last night, because you don't want to sit on these trades for too long, right? Is I like to go to this website called CoinGlass, and I like to look for this liquidation map, okay? Now, as you can see here, our XRP, I think I was looking at XRP, but it doesn't matter what coin you look at, whatever coin you're interested in trading. I like to play where everybody else is not playing. So if 99% of traders lose money. So as you can see here, all these people are betting that it's going to go long. And all these people are betting that it's going to go short. So I'm going to go on the side of it's probably going to go down before it goes up. That way the market can actually liquidate all of these people here. And that's what the smart money does. They go in and they liquidate all these people here, and then these will start to build up. And as these start to build up, then I'm going to look at more long positions. Now in this market, I personally don't like to short. I might do it on a demo account. As you can see here, we're working with a demo account. And I was playing around with this with XRP earlier to see what we could come up with on a short. I really don't like shorting in this market though. As you can see right now, even for the day, it's not too profitable. But anyway, that's kind of the strategy I wanted to show you guys. It's really simple, easy for beginners, something that's not real hard to get into. It's something that you can do sitting at home, especially if you're like me and somebody, maybe a doctor, is giving you a disability that you can't go back to work, and so you need to trade for a living. So anyway, hope you guys found this information useful. If you did, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you later.